In this tutorial, we'll be making a crochet froggy bag charm. This bag charm is perfect for your AirPods or other small items. Attach it to a key ring or a bag. The final bag charm will be about 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches with a 4-inch strap. For this project, you'll need 4 different colors of 4-weight cotton yarn, a 4.5mm and 2.75mm hooks, a darning needle, a pair of scissors, and an optional stitch marker. The primary yarn I'm using is Lily Sugar and Cream in the color Hot Green. I suggest using this yarn or something similar because it is a stiff and durable yarn. We'll start by making the front of our bag, so grab your 4.5mm hook and green yarn. We'll work in a continuous round, and using a stitch marker may come in handy. To begin round 1, make a magic ring. Work a single crochet into the ring and mark it with your stitch marker. Then work 9 half double crochets into the ring. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And pull to close your ring. Now for round 2, we will work 2 half double crochet in each stitch, starting with your mark stitch. So we have 1 half double crochet and 2 half double crochet. Go ahead and mark that first half double crochet so we know where to start round 3. In our next stitch, you'll work 2 half double crochet. That's 1 and 2. Following stitch, 2 half double crochet, 1, 2. Next, 1, 2. You'll work this for a total of 20 stitches. And in our final stitch, we'll work 2 half double crochet. All right, to start round 3, we'll work our first 2 stitches in that mark stitch. And in this round, we are repeating 2 half double crochet and 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. 2, 1, 2, 1. So remove your stitch marker. Work 2 half double crochet, 1, 2, and in that first half double crochet stitch right here, you will go ahead and mark that for the next round. So we had our 2 half double crochet, followed by 1 half double crochet. In the next stitch, you'll work 2 half double crochet, 1, 2, and in the next stitch, 1 half double crochet, 2, and 1. By the end of this round, you should have a total of 30 stitches. And we're at our last repeat, so 2 half double crochet and 1 half double crochet. 1, 2, and 1. Now in our final round, our repeat is 2, 1, 1. So we'll work 2 half double crochet in that marked stitch, followed by 1 half double crochet in the next and 1 half double crochet in the next, and repeat. So remove your stitch marker, work 2 half double crochet. We'll mark that first stitch in this round, and then work 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. 1 and then 2. Then repeat 2, 1 and 1, 2, 1 and 1, 2, 1 and 1, and keep going around till you have your 40 total stitches. And our final repeat, we have 2, 1 half double crochet in the next, and 1 half double crochet in that final stitch. All right, if you'd like to go ahead and measure your work should measure about 3 1/4 to 3 1/2 inches. So I am just under 3 1/2 inches. This should be good. If your work measures smaller, somewhere closer to 3 inches, you may want to increase your hook size. And if your work is larger, somewhere around 4 inches, then you may want to decrease your hook size. Since I'm on track, I will finish by tapering off this circle and adding the eye sockets. So our next stitch after that half double crochet is going to be a single crochet followed by a slip stitch. We'll skip over the next stitch and work 6 double crochet in the following. So that's 1 double crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We'll skip over the next stitch right here, which kind of gets pulled in, so make sure you're skipping that stitch and not the next. And you'll place your slip stitch between those 2 half double crochet stitches. So we'll slip stitch. Slip stitch again, and chain 4 to make your small loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip a stitch and slip stitch. Slip stitch one more time. After we skip the next stitch, we'll work 6 double crochet. Three, 4, 5, and 6. Skip this next stitch. Again, it kind of gets pulled in, so skip the next stitch and work a slip stitch. And that ends the front of your frog. You can cut your yarn. Just leave a little tail to weave in, and you'll weave in your ends. Okay, I'm gonna pull this ring just a little bit tighter. I'll weave in my ends through here, and I'll weave in my ends through here, right here for that final tail. All right, pause, weave in your ends, and we'll start on the back side. So the back side of our frog is worked almost identical to the front, except we are not doing these little eye sockets, okay? So with your 4.5 millimeter hook, you'll begin with a magic ring. We'll start out with 1 single crochet. If you'd like to mark this stitch, go ahead and mark this first stitch. And work 9 half double crochet in the magic ring. All right, you'll pull your ring tight. And in round 2, we'll work into that marked stitch first, and you'll work 2 half double crochet. Mark the first half double crochet stitch. And in each of the remaining stitches, you'll work 2 half double crochet. This round, you'll have a total of 20 stitches. All right, for round 3, we'll work our pattern repeat of 2 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet. So in our first marked stitch, we'll work 2 half double crochet. Go ahead and mark the first of those. And in the next stitch, 1 half double crochet. 2 half double crochet, and 1 half double crochet, 2 and 1. All right, and for round 4, we will work a repeat of 2 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet, and 1 half double crochet. So beginning in that marked stitch, work your first 2 half double crochet and mark that first one. Followed by a half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So that's 1 and 2. We'll work our 2 half double crochet in the next, 1 half double crochet, and 1 half double crochet. And repeat until you have 40 stitches. Right, and we've made it all the way back around. To finish off and kind of taper off, we'll work a single crochet in the next stitch and a slip stitch. Now this is our back side and we're going to create our long strap. So to do that, we'll go ahead and chain 40. All right, we have our chain and we'll slip stitch back into that very same stitch. So insert your hook, pull that yarn in front, grab it, pull through, and pull through. And I end this off with just another 2 slip stitches. Now we're going to use this yarn to then piece together the 2 sides. So you want to leave a pretty decent tail, probably between 12 to 16 inches. All right. You can weave in the center tail, close that up and weave that in, but do not weave this in just yet. We'll use this to sew the 2 pieces together. So now we are going to make our eyes. We'll make 2 eyes followed by 2 cheeks. For the eyes and cheeks, you'll use your 2.75 millimeter hook. To make the eye, you'll start with your black yarn first and then work around with your white yarn. For this video, I will be showing you with a different color yarn for the center because black yarn is not super great to film with. So instead of your black yarn, I'm going to be using a light blue. Begin with a magic ring. And work 6 single crochet stitches into the magic ring. You'll pull your ring tight, but not too tight. And you'll insert your hook into the top of that first single crochet and join with a slip stitch. There's our tiny little eye center. You can pull your yarn, leaving a small tail to weave in and tie later. All right, now I am going to pull the first yarn tail, our starting yarn tail. Pull it tight, close up that middle, nice and tight. And I'm going to feed this yarn, weave it towards the back and tie it off. So with our darning needle, I will work through, pull it through both. Pull that tight, and here in the back I'm going to make a double knot with these 2 yarn tails. All right, now we are ready to work our outer ring. So grab your white yarn and you'll insert your hook into that same stitch you just finished. You'll attach your yarn, pulling it through, and chain 1. Now in each of these 6 stitches, you will be working 2 single crochet for a total of 12. So in the next stitch, insert your hook, grab that yarn tail behind so you can stitch over it, and you'll work 2 single crochet. 1 and 2. In the following stitch, 2 more single crochet. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. It's our 3rd stitch. We have 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2. 5th stitch. 1 and 2. And our final stitch. 1 and 2. And you'll slip stitch to join. Go ahead and pull a good tail out. You'll use this yarn to attach to the frog. Cut some of your yarn tails that you don't need anymore, leaving only this final long yarn tail for attaching to your frog. But again, you'll make it with your black yarn and your white yarn. So make 2 and come back here when you're done. To make your cheeks, you'll use your 2.75 millimeter hook and your pink yarn. Start with a magic ring And you'll work 8 half double crochet in the magic ring and then slip stitch to join. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Pull your ring close and slip stitch to join. Pull through the yarn, again leaving a tail so that you can sew it into the frog, and pull through. So once again, you'll make 2 of these cheeks, weave in your ends, cut your tails as needed, just the center tail, and you'll use this other tail to sew it to the frog. So go ahead and pause, make the 2 cheeks, and come back when you are ready to assemble. So now it is time to attach our eyes and our cheeks. When we do this, we want to work through only the top layer of stitches so that when you turn it around, you really can't see a whole lot of the ends or your yarn poking through. You see hardly any of that at all. So I've placed my finished eyes and cheeks where I want them. You can see in the back, I have tied off the black yarn, cut that off, and I have my ends are all woven in and ready for attaching. Same thing with my cheeks. So I'm gonna just show you how I sew on one, and you'll repeat the same for the other eye and the cheeks. So you'll take your darning needle, and I typically start at the top. I use the top of the stitch right here to guide me, and I put my darning needle underneath in the middle of that stitch, pull my yarn, and then I insert through the white, okay, through my eye. Up 1, tighten, secure it, and move over. And then I go through the very next stitch, pull it all the way through, tighten, and then I pull this back a little bit and find the area that is closest, pull through halfway, not completely. You can see that I'm not going through to the back. I'm really looking at the middle only. Go through and pull this tight. Then I go back up through the very next stitch, which would be this stitch right here. I go through that stitch and pull tight. I check it every now and then, make sure that I'm, doing it exactly how I want to, but essentially I just keep working in that manner. Right, insert my hook through the white, pull tight, find the spot where I want it to go below, and go underneath in the middle of that stitch, just that top layer of the stitch, and pull tight. Go up through the next stitch and keep doing that until I am done. And this just helps keep it so that you can't see this white yarn on the back of that, back of the green. And when I'm all finished, I push it all the way through to the back. And I take the time to secure it even further. So I go once again behind these stitches, and it's okay if a little bit of the white shows up, you just don't want it to be glaring. Pull through that way, and then I go back, making sure I'm going underneath the stitch and really securing it in there, and pull it through another time. And there's my eye. You can cut your yarn off. And you can see it is very minimal what shows through. All right, so that is one eye down. You'll secure your second eye and your two cheeks the exact same way that I just did. Pause here once you have finished attaching your second eye and your two cheeks, and I'll show you how I do the mouth. So we are ready to add the mouth to our frog. So grab some black yarn, your darning needle, and to begin, I insert my darning needle from the back to the front, leaving a pretty decent tail in the back. And then I try and imagine where I'd like to line up the two different sides, because I want to make sure that they're even. I'm going to go for a little bit wider smile. So I'll insert my yarn from the front to the back, right about there. And I'm thinking that I will want it to come right about here, okay? So if I go through to the back, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this yarn and I'm going to weave it all the way over to that side so that there's minimal yarn showing. I'll begin weaving over to that side. Sure it doesn't go through to the front. So I think I'm probably going to be right about here. I'll insert, pull through. You can see I only have a little bit of black yarn showing, and then right back through that middle. And there is my wider smile. So you can do whatever type of smile you want, whatever you think is cutest. Then I'll take this yarn back here, I'll weave it through, and then cut off my yarn. So finish that, add your smile, and then come back here and we will sew it together. So we have finished both sides. All of our ends have been woven in and we are ready to attach. So the back side with your long strap, what you want to do with the yarn tail is actually weave it in about 6 stitches away from the strap. So weave it through these stitches right here, about 6 stitches up. That way we can start sewing them together through this 6th stitch. Okay, so with your darning needle still attached to your yarn on the back side, you're going to match up your front and your back piece with the wrong sides facing each other and line up the loop and the strap. I'm going to turn mine over so that I see the back side, so that I make sure that I line it up correctly. Now, like I said, we're going to work into the 6th stitch to start, but when we sew these together, we'll be working through the back loops only. So to look at those stitches, the anatomy of this stitch, right here we have our 2 loops. So this is technically our back loop right here, and this is our front loop up here. On the other side, right here is our front loop, and right here is our back loop. So our back loops are actually the loops that are on the inside of our work. So we'll be going through only those back loops. So count your 6th stitch. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You'll insert your hook through that back loop only and pull through. We're going to attach to this stitch right here at the base of your eye socket, and we'll insert through the back loop only. On that same exact side, you'll work through the back loop of that next stitch and also through the back loop of the other stitch on the opposite side and pull through. On that same side, work through back loop and back loop, and continue working back loop and back loop all the way around until you get to that other side of the eye. And we are coming up to our very last stitches. So you can count from the strap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be the last stitch that we work into. So again, going through back loops only. And one final one. Now what I like to do for my final stitch is I like to loop it back one more time around just to be extra secure. Feed it through on the inside and kind of flip this in, and I weave it in on the inside right in here. Going back and forth a couple times. You're done, you can cut your yarn, and your frog bag is finished. And this concludes the Froggie Bag Charm tutorial. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on social media. Bye.